This week on Habari Live, interview with Eddie Gabo, fashion designer, consultant, and founder of African Rich. Saturday, 10:30 a.m. Tune in on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Don't miss this episode. We'll be all the way live.
Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast, the show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmi, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Good morning. Let's get it going, man. Another episode of Habari Live, where we keep you updated with the news, sports, and entertainment throughout the week. Like always, we're all the way live from Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Damon Dipleen Ellison.
Iesha.
This dude don't talk over here,
Jimmi.
but that's fine. Let's get it going.
I didn't know. I didn't get the memo we were doing that.
I didn't get the memo either, but
You don't.
I picked up pretty quick there.
My bad.
You got to think quick on your feet, G.
Right.
Jimmi. Hi.
So today we have a special guest in, Eddie Gabo. He is from what's one? I forgot that fast.
Cameroon, West Africa.
West Africa, and he is the owner of African Rich fashion designer and AfricanRich.com. Now you check out his website, man. It's really, really nice, man. The fashion and everything that he has going on is inspired by African traditions, and I'm guessing Cameroon traditions, right?
Yes. So all of like our kind of like African culture, our some African fabrics. So all of that is part of like the fashion. It's just bringing like the culture like that African culture to a modern, trendy fashion world. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I was talking to my homeboy who I work with, and I think he's from Kenya, and he was saying when you see someone from Cameroon, you automatically know them because they have a lot of bright colors and a lot of the way they wear their clothes. They're known for fashion and having fashion. Is that something that you learned there growing up?
Yeah. So true. So folks from West, like from the West Coast, we West Africans. So we talk about Cameroonians, Ghanaians, like Nigerians. We're huge on like fashion. So growing up, like we watch a lot of TV. We all watch like the Western world. We have like, cable. So we saw a lot of stuff like going on. Yeah, like in the States, like in Europe, like in France, and there was all this like fashion, like mostly French, because in Cameroon we're French like colony.
Right.
So growing up, like fashion was just like around us, and I've always been the kid. When I was young, I wanted to look like different.
Right.
Everyone were like, I don't know, black. And I was like, no. I need to be like peacock, right? I want to have color. So Cameroonians are known like for this swag and like, fashion. So yes. So some of that just started with me just as a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to a fashion design school or is this all self-taught ability that you've come up with?
Right. So no, never did. So so I went to school. I went to school for business. So I have an MBA. But I've always had fashion like in me ever since I was young. And actually my like sister that lives like in Germany like calls me like the dapper boy. Like ever since we're young, she's like, man, like this kid, man, why are you always dapper? And it's just something that I've just loved. And I think it comes down from my mom, because my mom was really well dressed. Like she always dressed like to the T.
Yeah.
And so I just grew up like
Loving
loving it.
fashion.
I never went to school for it,
Wow.
but I always have the love and
Mhm.
that drive, like to always look like clean and just look fresh.
Now,
Yeah.
how deep are you going on your designs? Are you drawing your own designs and coming up with your own sketches? Then are you also sewing and doing things that in that
Right.
fashion?
So most of my concept
Hmm.
just comes from me, like just from just like my history of looking at fashion and looking
Okay.
at all like different fashions. It could be African, it could be American. So I usually come up like with a concept, and then I have a couple of like I have a couple of like designers that I work with.
Hmm.
There's some based out in New York, and there's one based out like in Japan.
Mm,
And so I will come up like with a concept, and then I will talk to them because they are like the true like
right.
designers.
Right.
So I tell them this is like my vision. So for this like collection, I'm trying to create this type of style, this sort of fashion, and then
Mm,
we just work as a team. But they are really good. They take all of my vision and
okay.
they kind of put that
Put
like
that together.
together, and
Okay.
yeah, and it
Hey
comes to
man,
real nice. Yeah,
I'm loving the t-shirt, man.
yeah,
Yeah, that's real nice.
It's
yeah.
dope, man.
I think I need me one of
Yeah,
those.
man.
Right, right.
That is dope, bro.
This,
Just the lion on the
yes,
African
And the
continent.
colors.
yeah.
It's dope, man.
So this for example, so like lions is like the king of the jungle.
Definitely, most
So
definitely.
like back in Africa, like lions are like you are the king.
Hmm.
And there's actually a crown. So look on the back. This is a crown
Oh yeah,
that's sitting
yeah.
on top of the lion's head, saying, you are the king." And all of this little like designs, this are all of our different type of fabrics. So like
Oh,
all these little designs is fabrics that are usually like
and
this
different patterns and
different
different design
patterns.
that's
So
used in the
that's
different jobs.
yeah, that's
Wow.
all that is based on. And then like the colors even have there's a story behind the colors. So the green is all of our like fertile lands like back home. Yellow's all the natural like resources, the
Oh, okay.
gold, minerals,
Yeah,
and then the reds are for all of the people that lost their lives like
definitely.
fighting like for the
Hmm.
freedom of the
Yeah, man.
continent. So
The
yeah, there's a whole story, and this is not even the main logo. So there's the main logo that's green, red, yellow, or
hmm
just green, red, yellow. This is like the second like
man.
alternative, but yeah,
It's
it's
very, very interesting,
yeah,
very
it
pretty, man.
is.
Very
Yeah,
dope the
catchy
way it's
stuff.
put together. It's eye catching.
It
Thank
You know what I
is.
you.
mean?
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I like it, man. People need to catch on to that because
Yes.
one thing about America, we love to try to have some type connection with Africa. You know what I
Right.
mean? And so buying clothes and buying gear. I wish it was as big as it was in the
70s.
70s when people were
Oh
wearing
yes.
dashikis
That
and it was
right.
Mhm.
fashion to
Right.
wear more African garb and
Right.
and to do that and people were more proud.
Right.
We all want to be Louis Vuitton and all
Oh
that
yeah.
nowadays. So
Louis,
right,
Gucci's,
Gucci, Dior,
Dior's.
we want to be that nowadays.
All
Right.
right. All right.
So it's different, man. I wish that we had a little bit more. I wish we had the pride that we used to have in our
Right.
clothing that we did in the 90s, in the early 2000s. We lost a lot of that
Right.
going to the high fashion styles,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I'm hoping that's why I've been talking to a lot of people who do fashion that
Mhm.
we can put black people who are doing fashion on a pedestal and
Right.
we can get back to
They-
our natural way of us setting the trends
Right.
instead of following the trends of the French
Exactly.
and what they're doing.
Yeah, and like just and like just like to like piggyback on that, and that's what the whole goal of my brand is.
Hmm.
It's like bringing back that pride of like you know wearing something that's from your culture, like
That's real.
from kind of like your heritage,
Hmm.
that like you could rep it. So this is how this light bulb moment came to me because I was trying to find like clothing, fashion
Right.
that's African like inspired,
Hmm.
um, but I couldn't.
Right.
So everything I looked like online, Google, Amazon was just not good enough.
Right.
And so it's like I'll just start it.
Yeah.
It's like
Just do it yourself.
yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
I mean polos and also great and Ralph Lauren's, yeah, they're
Hmm.
cool Louis, but sometimes you just want to rep like some that's from where you from, like
Definitely.
from your background, from
Right.
like your heritage.
Hmm.
So like, man, like I feel cool.
Right.
And,
No, man, because it's pop. It pops to the eye. It's catching. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's dope. You know, just the type of stuff you want to wear instead of just being like everyone else all the time. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's the mission, man.
Exactly.
So when you started African Rich, what was your main goal for your fashion company that you wanted to set forth to get people to see what you're doing?
Right. So for sure, my number one goal was that I was trying to get people to get back to the sense of being like prideful
There you go.
of
Yeah.
just where you from,
Mm-hmm.
and giving them like an option, because I mean there are folks that would love to wear it, but people didn't find them and people
Right.
couldn't see, because normally when you think like African fashion, all we think about is like the kentes,
Mm-hmm.
gandoras, and all of that stuff,
Okay.
right? So I was trying to give them like another option. It's
Right.
like you could have something that's modern, trendy, casual, like a streetwear. If you
Mm-hmm.
just want to go to like to a baseball game,
Right. Right.
basketball, you just want to be casual. You
Right.
could wear something that still reps like where you from,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's how this whole started, and that was my main goal. But I was huge on quality, because in my past like experience, every time I bought stuff that was, not every time, but a lot of time when I went online and just bought something was like African, the quality was it wasn't good.
Right.
It was like really bad. And so my goal was like, listen, I'm gonna create something that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Quality is number one.
Right.
And so that's how I just kind of went on this like mission, and and then the journey is just growing.
Man.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, I really love some of the things you're doing. Jimmy, pull up africanrich.com and share the screen for the people. I want them to see some of the fashions that he's doing for a moment, and scroll that through. Just scroll through the page kind of slowly, and let them see it for a few moments so they can see what he does. And they can also get a idea of the the website and how to purchase things. And I know that you have a couple discounts that's going on right now. Is there anything that you want to tell the people that's going on right now?
Right. So the best way like to purchase right now is just to go on the website. So it's africanrich.com, and on the website you would see all of the different styles, all of our different like collections. So we
Oh
have some
yeah,
stuff
man.
like for men, for women, for kids even.
Mm-hmm.
The kids tee is really
Oh
like
yeah, I like to see
popular.
the logo in different colors and everything.
Right.
That's dope,
The
man.
logos in different colors. We even have some like African wares. So if you wanted some that's different, formal, really clean and sharp, and you wanted to go to some like African event, we also have that as well. So it's a mix of bringing our traditional wares, like
Right,
some
right.
as you
What
see.
would you call that? A chartreuse
So we call
ensemble? Ensemble?
yes, Sinito
Click
like
on that for me.
ensemble, which is a really popular word like back in Cameroon.
Okay.
So in Cameroon, all of our governors, senators, that is the type of outfit that they wear
Okay.
when once go to work. So it's really clean. There is a friend of mine that just got it and went to Germany for he went to Germany for like a wedding, and
Oh yeah.
like he had that on, and it was a major win. He said
Man.
people ask him everywhere, like the cab drivers, everyone like in the wedding.
Yeah,
'Cause
man. I
it's
love
just
it, man.
yeah, it's just a whole different.
So
clean
those
logo.
are you got the Croulion ensemble.
Right,
So all of these are like for formal wear.
right. So it's more for your formal like occasions. You're going like to
Okay.
like a wedding, you're going to like a party, going to high end
Yeah,
stuff,
man, that's
and
clean.
then those like you like wear. If you wanted some like more like casual, like streetwear, like
Mhm.
going,
I
to
see
the
you have the
club.
vintage hoodie there.
Right. Hoodies are gonna be hot as soon as it starts getting cooler.
Yeah.
Their hoodies are always
Well, not to
like,
the young kids. They've been wearing them all summer.
oh
They
yes,
ain't stopped.
you know what?
They ain't
It's
stopped wearing them. You know?
it's 100 and something,
and they still got on
They
hoodies.
still got on
Hey, man, they
hoodies.
crazy
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah, hoodies
Scroll
are
down a little bit, man.
Yeah, so if you go,
I like this
if you
polo
go,
here.
yes, so that is one really hot polos that came out like last
Yeah,
year.
that's clean,
it's,
man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mixture of like modern, kind of like our like African patterns.
Yeah.
And also we have like the mugs. So we have like the
Yeah, I see
tumblers,
you, man. Yeah.
right? So we have like tumblers, we have like iPhone cases, we have hats,
I see the sweater, the green and yellow. Is
right?
that a jacket or?
It is a
Oh, it's a
jacket,
okay.
right?
That's
So
nice,
yeah,
man.
and there were also like some items that you could go on some Amazon and like you could get those as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
for example, like the case,
Uh-huh.
like the
The phone case.
cases, like the tumblers,
Yeah.
the hats, all of those are also
Oh man, I like
on
that black. That
Amazon.
black with the
Mm-hmm.
African on. That's dope right there, man.
Right. Like the polo. So I was just
Yeah, that snowy AR polo. That's clean too.
yes, I was just in Atlanta
Mm-hmm.
for like a soccer, for like this huge Cameroon soccer event is the biggest one ever, and that black polo like sold out in like a day.
Yeah, that's clean, man.
It was yeah,
It's
it
clean, and I
was a-
love the colors, bro. That you
Colors are
use.
beautiful.
right.
Definitely, man. Especially for the evening drawer, but the for the
Ooh, for
evening
the
wear.
formal stuff.
Yeah, formal stuff.
Yes.
Definitely, it's just really
Yeah.
really nice, man. The colors,
Yeah,
it's really dope.
there's some pretty clean stuff, and
Yeah.
there's just more. There's just more like to come. So as I tell folks who ask me,
Mm-hmm.
when is this one come? Like it is a journey. Right.
Right.
Pace yourselves.
Definitely.
Like everything cannot be out in one day,
Man.
like one like collection. But there's just so much like in the pipeline.
Right, man.
But,
Yeah, man. I see some things I need to get, bro. I need to
Yeah.
make some orders, man.
Yes.
You're not gonna like me with your credit card.
She's about it. So I'll spend.
Yeah, man. That's
Yeah,
really nice.
That credit card is like cash to my hands.
Yes, it's cash
Mount
to all of our
Kilimanjaro
hands.
T. Yeah, the
Yeah.
iPhone, man. You've thought of everything, man.
Yeah.
And I think that the colors and the polos, just those, it's just really nice, man. And I like what you're
you.
doing, bro.
Thank
It's
you.
bringing the colors in and the designs.
Yes, bringing
Man.
back all the bright colors.
Yeah, and then bringing them into normal
yellows.
clothes that we already wear
Mhm.
is
Right.
what's dope. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And that's what it's about, man. Bringing
Thank
those
you.
together.
Yeah.
It's pretty clean. So, what's the future of African Rich? Where do you see yourself in 5-10 years?
So the future is to scale. So
Mm.
so my goal is to have like everyone. I mean, any and everyone that feels like they want to be part of like the journey
Mm-hmm.
or part of like the movement. I just
Yeah.
want to see it on everybody. Like people should proudly wear it and just feel great in it. So it's really I just want to scale. And African Rich, I want to get into everything.
Yeah.
So you see, I'm still getting to, like
Yeah.
tumblers and cases.
Mhm.
Now, are you gonna eventually have women's
Yes.
formal wear?
Oh, I love it. So
Because I saw how nice and clean the men's formal
Right,
wear is.
right.
I want to see some of those,
Some nice
Listen,
dresses.
man.
It
'Cause
is.
those are gonna be beautiful.
It is coming. So right now, I am like working on like the female wear. So it's just gonna be like a one piece, like kind of like a gown.
Mm.
Some are gonna be long, some are gonna be short, but it's gonna be real, just clean stuff you could just throw. You could throw
Yeah.
on, and with a nice like logo little one, just something really clean.
Man.
And
That sounds
so-
great,
so
bro.
it's
I'm
coming.
waiting on that to drop.
that is gonna be heat because ladies love to shop.
No,
So
you already know.
I'm like, I need more lady stuff.
They
Get
love
down,
it.
spend
And
money.
kids, the ladies and
Yes,
the
and
kids.
the
If you get the
kids.
moms and the kids,
Oh,
you
done.
got the whole family.
Yes, done. Because it'll be like, I mean, for me, my kids, and then
Mhm.
maybe the husband.
Right.
Because look, think about it this way: if you go to the doctor's office or the dentist office, right?
Mhm.
If your wife or girlfriend schedule the appointment for her,
Right.
9 times out of 10, everybody in the household is going to go to that office.
Right.
Mhm.
Tell
So
everybody. No, you're right. You're right. No,
you
definitely.
get one of us, you got us all.
All right. No, the goal is definitely to get more like lady stuff and just, shopping, we know it's like 60%.
Oh,
is
yeah.
ladies.
Definitely.
Minimum.
And that's why
70%.
most advertisement is pushed towards women because they know.
That's why I have a spending habit.
Yes.
They
We're not gonna talk
already
about
know.
that though.
So you who inspired you the most coming up doing your fashion? who would you look at as the person that gave you the most inspiration and motivation to get this started?
Oh man. So honestly, it was just me. Was just me like wanting to. Well, first of all, I was first of all looking for stuff that was African inspired. You know what's weird? So I think Polo Raf
Mm-hmm.
was kind of like, hmm, Polo Raf it's like an old brand. I think it's been
Mm-hmm.
around. I
Forever.
think it's like a US brand.
Definitely US
So
brand.
so like when like US people or someone like in Europe or like Africa or somewhere, everyone's
Mhm.
like Polo Raf.
Right.
It's just like this brand has been like forever that people always look up to and people like
Mhm.
this is an American brand.
That's definitely American
So I
brand.
was like, I want to create the same concept of a brand that's like this like an African brand.
Yeah.
Like every time you see it, like you think, oh yeah,
Man.
African.
And what do we and I can't, there's nothing that's worldwide off the top of my head that I can think of that's an African brand.
No.
And that's our issue that we have on so
Right.
many
We have
levels.
no unity
Right.
when it comes to our brands that
Right.
we create.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it unity, or I would just call it that we don't have the foundations
Support.
to put in place, because you got to think, when you're doing fashion, you got to have manufacturing.
Right.
You got to have manufacturers. That's
You
why the
got
people who are, you got to
designers.
have the warehouses.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of money that comes in these things for the people who make the most money.
Right.
See, he owns a couple factories over here in China. They over here making his clothes, shipping it back over here to the US.
Yeah.
He's making billions of dollars.
Right.
You know what I mean? We don't have those we don't have that infrastructure set up
Right.
for the black people.
Right.
And whoever does that and sets that up, and you got to think about it. This is why Kanye sold his stuff.
Mhm.
Right.
He, even though he has all that money, I wish that he would have said, all right, let me start the infrastructure. Let me put together a warehouse in the hood
Right.
and give some black people some jobs.
Right.
Right.
And they're going to be making clothes. I know I may not make as much because it's not in China,
Right.
but I'll be giving my people some jobs, and I'll also kill two birds with one stone and
Right.
help to build the community up. Because that's what we don't have in our communities
Right.
that they have.
Yeah.
Right.
They got manufacturing jobs. They got all type stuff that we don't have the infrastructure for.
But also too, though, like with any small company or
Uh-huh.
entrepreneur
Right,
that's
right.
coming into the fashion industry,
Mm-hmm.
they need a number of things. First, you start off with your designer or the person that's running the company, right?
Right.
Then you got the person who's coming up with the designs, the sketches,
Mm-hmm.
who's sewing the material, who's
Uh-huh.
finding the materials. But then who's going to model
Yeah.
the material?
Right.
Who's going to model? And that's where I'm talking about the support.
Right.
If somebody in our community says, "Hey, I'm a fashion designer, I'm doing this, I'm doing that," why don't you offer, "Hey, I'll be a model for you.
Right.
I'll help you build your portfolio. It only take you like 10 minutes to do a photo shoot."
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Those things, like, I mean,
Those types of things
Right.
would help us get along a little bit further.
That's
Yeah,
the
true.
that's the bottom.
No, it's very true. And then like just just to add on that.
Mhm.
So also like I mean you could do all of this, right? You
Yeah.
do all this, you put in this work, like you like create something that you think, man, this stuff is amazing. And then people do not just like support, like they're
Right.
just like buying,
Mhm.
and you're like, why? This is
Right.
good stuff. This is
right.
good quality, and you know it.
Right.
But they would like rather go buy like another Gucci, another
Mhm.
Fendi.
They'll rather spend the $1,500 on
Right.
some Louis Vuittons
Right.
than spend $80 on a T-shirt
Right.
from somebody in our hood.
Exactly. So that is the mind. We need a mindset
Yes, we do.
shift.
Definitely.
Like blacks in general, everywhere. We just
Mhm.
have to start thinking like, how can we help ourselves grow?
Right.
Right. I'm not saying like if something's bad, buy it. Because me, if a black person has something that's bad, I
Mhm.
would not buy it. Like,
Right.
so I'm gonna be honest with you, like, listen, bro.
Right.
I'm taking your word for it. Not
Right.
as bad, G. I'm
You
not
know,
finna mess
like
with that.
as much as I want to, but come on,
Support,
man.
right,
Yeah,
but it's
make
bad.
make it
Quality,
good.
right.
Make it quality all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
I will buy.
Yeah.
So so it's kind of sucks when if you do something really good
Mm-hmm.
and then people still hesitant to buy.
Yeah.
But then
Or they
easily
ask for,
spend.
"Can I get the
Oh
homie
my
discount?"
god!
Oh my
Tell me
goodness.
about that.
No.
That's like every time, and I'll be like, when you go to
Walmart.
where do you ask for discount?
No,
Oh, we
no.
did this? No.
You're proud to pay the full
Right.
price,
You
Right.
paying the full price. So
and you
why?
telling people what you paid.
All right. And I'm like, this based on this like quality and the
Mhm.
work and the how like I mean it's different,
Yeah.
unique, right?
Right.
Like and for this price, like
But that's number
it's
one, bro.
still-
You believe in what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
And that's
huge.
number one. People are gonna gravitate to you because you love what you're doing,
Yes.
and you are doing things to make people realize what you are doing is great.
Right.
And as long as you keep on out here trucking away, you're gonna find people that's gonna support you. It'll come together, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I do.
100%.
You know, I know it's hard, man, with fashion, but I like I said, I'm hoping do you have those big aspirations to have manufacturing
Oh
here? Or
yeah.
have you looked into those things to start
So
seeing?
so like for now,
Mhm.
so like all of the African outfit one, like the formal ones are made back home. So
Okay.
those are made in um Nigeria.
Okay.
So we make this from scratch, sewn. And then all of like the cotton fabric ones are made
Mhm.
like in China. So
Okay.
I have a couple of factories that I work with.
Okay.
But the goal, to be honest, is to have all this stuff either made here or like back home. Back home, to be honest, is really the goal because
Yeah.
I'm trying to like
That would get some
provide
jobs,
Yeah.
definitely.
opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, it's like half and half. So
Mhm.
just have it done back home and have trying to. But my goal is really
To get your
to get it
manufacturing done back home.
Back home is just like a challenge.
Yeah.
And we all know the challenge is like
Definitely.
it's a lot of challenges.
A lot of
So
challenges.
we hoping that, the system becomes,
Mm-hmm.
like better,
Right.
like reliable so that we could actually do all of our like production home. I mean, that is really like my goal is to try to do everything home. So
That's dope, bro.
yeah.
That's what it's about, man.
Yep.
I mean, we got to do what we got to do to support each other, man. And I want to ask you a question about what's going on in a lot of African countries, especially a lot of French colonized countries. We have Mali. Hey. We have Mali that's had a coup a couple
Yeah.
years ago. And we had some
Gabon,
Islamic
just-
terrorists going through this week.
Right.
They killed a lot of people.
Yeah. Like in Congo.
So is Cameroon on? Have they ever had any issues with politics, and are they headed that way too? Because I'm seeing a lot of the French
Oh man.
countries are
Do not even get me started like Cameroon. So Cameroon has had the same president since 1982.
oh my goodness,
So this guy is 90 years old,
oh my goodness,
right? And he's still holding on to like power,
wow,
and the country's a mess. Like ever since I left there, like left when I was, what 1920. I'm like 44 now, and every time you go back, it's just worse.
Man.
Like you go back and there's nothing that's like improved. The roads are terrible. The police is corrupt. Like
right,
corruption is just like insane.
Mm.
If you're trying to go set up a business, forget about it. It's like the red tape is just things bad. So French colonies have had the worst like experience of all of them. And again, it comes from where France, of course, because that's they still have like they still have lychees
Mhm.
on top of these countries, and it doesn't help that our leaders are corrupt,
Definitely.
and everyone just cares about
Mhm.
like themselves.
Instead of helping the people, they putting the money in their pockets, and
Right,
the French are taking a cut. They're taking a cut. Everybody's happy, but the people are suffering.
right.
So, do you
the
think
French,
do you think the coups are going to help bring these countries to the new age,
right?
or do you think that these coups are going to be a setback, and then it's going to be a battle to get back to
Right.
normalcy?
So like I mean, every country that has had like a huge change
Mm-hmm.
has had to go through some of those struggles,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
So they will have to do a coup. So the coup in the short run, of course, it's tough because it's a
Mhm.
coup. There's a war, lives lost,
Definitely.
countries damaged.
Right.
But you have to think the long term,
Mhm.
right? And so that is the goal. In the short run, yes, it's become tough, but you got to think long term because
Yeah.
if if it's not changed, and then it just stays bad.
Right.
So I mean, the things like a necessary evil,
Yeah.
where like the cool has to come, because like the country's just going like backwards.
Right.
Like everyone's going forwards and we going 20, 30 years behind. So someone
Yeah.
has to stand up at some point and be
Definitely.
like, enough's enough. So,
That's real. And
yeah,
hopefully,
so
man, hopefully they come out of this where they have more control over their resources,
yes,
and they can
resources.
put more jobs in places because of all the resources that all these countries have in Africa.
We
It's
have
ridiculous.
an insurmountable amount of resources like Africa. Like it's the number one country with the most natural resources, but almost 75% of those are just mined. Like foreign countries coming like, hey, let me help build you some schools and build some bridges, but
give me this,
let me get
that.
control of that, and they just like take them. And again, because we have greedy leaders that think about themselves.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna make I'm gonna make a million.
I'm gonna make multi-billions.
Right.
I don't care. I just think about me and my kids, and that's it. The rest of the country is So it's been sad.
It is.
Yeah.
It is sad, man. And I hope for the best, man. I mean, I want, you want democracy to reign, because you give the people at least a chance to vote and put in who they think is the person that should lead the country to the next plateau. You don't want someone in there from 1980 something.
82.
That's crazy. You got to have change. You got to have new thoughts, new people coming in.
You need like
got to have that.
Blood,
fresh blood, fresh ideas.
Yes.
Goodness.
This guy's 90 years old. He could barely even walk. Still president.
Yeah, man, that's sad.
It's rough.
All right, bro. Let's go to a quick commercial, Jimmy, and we'll be right back with more Habari Live.
Because they try to
welcome a couple things
and bag everybody.
Welcome back to Habari Live. We're gonna keep on talking to my man over here, Eddie Gabo. We're gonna go into some news real fast though.
Hand me that one right there. Yeah.
And now, this week's Habari News Weekly with Damon Dipling Ellison. Sponsored by...
Yo. We're not sponsored by anyone this week, but check out getamplive.com. If you want to have any concerts recorded, if you want to have any live concerts live streamed, contact us. We'll make sure to get those streamed for you. And we also have RTS Media. They are the ones that's recording this, and they make sure that we are looking good every week. Check out their website also. And anytime that you need headshots, you need video for events, you need commercials for your business, check out Habari Entertainment. We will also apply that for you to get those done for any events, any headshots, anything you need. We will get that done for you. Contact us at habarientertainment.com. So we got news this week, man. I think you said you was gonna talk about Danny Masterson.
Yeah, that's in the hot mess this week.
Well,
What you got in the news this week? I heard there was some gun stories going on.
Well,
Some Trump stories.
Guns.
I know, right?
Well, the first thing I want to talk about is we got the 296 people dead after a 6.8 magnitude earthquake strikes Morocco. Yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. I'm thinking, they had a lot of old buildings and a lot of old infrastructure, so that hurts, man. But late Friday night, man, they killed hundreds of people and damaging buildings, historic landmarks, and major cities. Morocco's interior minister said earlier Saturday that at least 296 people have died, man.
Oh man, that is
this
sad.
is bad.
So rest in peace. Wow.
It's just the Moroccan armed forces initially said on X that the platform formerly known as Twitter that 100 were dead in the quake, and said safety was still a priority as strong aftershocks were rocking the nation. Sad news, man. I hope they get some people out there to get them to help them fast. I think they said UNESCO World Heritage.
UNESCO, yeah. UNESCO is one of our African aids.
So hopefully they do something to get some aid there, man. This is pretty sad. They said the famous red walls that surround the city of Morocco was damaged. Tourists and other posted videos, people screaming, evacuating restaurants in the city.
Really?
As club music played. So it was still people in the clubs, man, and stuff was falling. It's pretty crazy, man. We got in politics today, man. We got Mark. You all right? You got a nosebleed?
Right, you got a nosebleed.
Grab a couple ice cubes out the freezer, run them across the back of your neck.
Oh God. Like just hold like pressure. Yeah, I mean like what you're doing is the right way. So just hold pressure,
Mark Meadows.
And just about 10 minutes and then it should be gone.
That's the ice cubes will help.
Oh, that's
The ice cubes, if you rub them across the back of your neck like this, it helps bring the body temperature down. Yep. Because when you have a nosebleed, your body temperature raises,
right?
Everything like that. So makes you all hot and sweaty and clammy. So the ice cubes cool you down.
Look at a doctor,
right?
I'm not a doctor. I'm just. This is just from personal experience that I've.
Wisdom. Giving out wisdom, right? Like experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, like experience is huge. Experience is always huge.
All right, so we got gonna have a picture right now, I guess. Did I just change the thing back? Wow. We got a judge denies Mark Meadows' bid to give move to Georgia election case to a federal court. I think they was trying to make a move to try to get it out of Georgia. A judge on Friday denied former Trump White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows the bid to move the Georgia criminal case against him to a federal court, ruling that his alleged involvement in efforts to pressure state leaders to overturn the 2020 election results was not part of his official duties as a government official. U.S. District Judge Steve C. Jones issued the ruling after holding a hearing on the matter in Atlanta federal court last week that included 5 hours of testimony from Meadows, who, along with former President Donald Trump, was charged last week in Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis sweeping election interference case. So a lot of people are facing a lot of trouble, man, for what they did there in Georgia, and they're not letting them slide, man. Most of the time, they let them slide on these situations, but Georgia's not playing. They're coming after them for what they did to their state and trying to change their elections.
And I think the grand jury, they recommended indictments for
I was going to talk about that later.
38, 39 people in that case.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that next. Yeah, we was going to talk about that in a second. But it's just crazy to see these people get their actions and their bids to move dismissed. They're not giving these people special treatment right now.
Nice.
I'm still not sure these people are going to go to jail or face any time or anything like that.
Probably not.
But I'm just happy that they are holding these people feet to the fire for what they did to our elections, and people shouldn't be able to get away with stuff like this, no matter how high up in the government you are. Or we will have stuff like going on in Cameroon and
so it's gonna be like
Congo and wherever else.
where,
right.
Yep.
presidents just
do what the hell they want to
do, and like they are never held
accountable. And that's
for it.
that's what the American system is about.
Right.
Making sure that people who do the wrong things are held accountable, and we can't let these people slide.
Yeah. Because in France, like a few years back, a couple years ago, they actually like imprisoned, one of their former presidents because of things that he did
corruption
while he was in presidency. So it's kind of like, there's no one that's above the law. There's no one that's above like a country. So
that's real.
Like, if you do things that are wrong, and you should get trial stuff. I just worry that if we start like locking up ex like presidents, I start like a word come prison. But I feel like this was good though. Like, hey, listen, we will bring you to court and we will put cuffs on you if we have to. Take some mob shots. So
he's definitely one of the first that I don't think any other president has been arrested or I think he's the first. He's the first. Yeah, so. I know he's not the first president to commit a crime. But he's definitely the first to pay for it. So we also was talking about, like you were talking about, the grand jury in Georgia Trump case recommending indicting Lindsey Graham, David Perdue, Kelly Loeffler, and Michael Flynn. Michael Flynn, I think he was already in jail. He just got out on some stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Michael Flynn. He had already did some stuff. So there
was a couple people that have already done time.
Yeah, and I think Trump let Michael Flynn out.
Pardoned him or something.
And see, if he would have got indicted, he probably on probation or something right now. If he got indicted again, he'd been right back in jail, and he deserves it because he's a POS too. I don't like him, dog.
But Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey Graham. He ain't gonna, I mean, they didn't send it. He was doing a lot of pushing for Trump in Georgia, man.
That's what I'm saying. Because that's why I gave a hand clap. Because he was the one doing all that pushing for everything.
I guess the DA didn't have enough evidence, or felt as though that maybe there was too many people to bring the trial. It was already 19. They said it was 38 people altogether. So that's
just double the amount of people that they're bringing to trial.
Right. That would be a lot to prosecute at the same time. That would be a huge case, cost a lot of money. And maybe they wouldn't be able to focus as much as they need to be able to get the people that they really want. You know what I mean? So you take off the fringes and get into people that
they
really
may
matter.
still end up using the other half as witnesses.
Well, they
may come in and testify or something.
Who knows, man? Only thing I know is that 3 dozen people could have been 3 dozen could have been indicted, and they decided to go with the 19. So a lot more people should be sitting around looking nervous.
I wonder how they chose those specific 19 out of all.
I'm thinking it was based on
severity,
right? Evidence, and how much they felt as though they can prove this in that case, in a trial. So that's how I would figure they would do. But they're not playing with these people, man. Yeah, man. The grand jury, they came there. You can't. And the thing is they try to blame the DA there, like she's just doing this all by herself. But there's a grand jury that convened and decided these charges were good. So it's not just this lady just doing this. The DA she doesn't have the power. Right. She can move a case forward, but if the state and they don't like it or disagree with it, or they think the case is thin, they'll push it back and say, "No, come back with more evidence."
Yep.
Man, some people are saying that a grand jury will pass anything. You know, that's what some people are saying. But I don't know.
Not all the time they won't.
Not all the time. Sometimes, but grand juries, they suck because sometimes, especially in the killing of black men, they always go with the police.
Yep.
So I don't know, man. It's a hard situation, but Lindsey Graham, he was cheating anyway. So let's get him. Let's make him pay the price, man.
Right.
Let's make him pay the price. But anyway, next story we got. Is he even here?
No, I think he went out to the.
Oh my goodness! We got Philadelphia officer who shot Eddie Irizarry, charged with murder. So the Philadelphia police officer who shot and killed a man who was sitting in his car last month,
Oh man.
he surrendered to the authorities Friday morning on murder charges.
Wow.
His name is Mark Dial. That's the officer accused of fatally shooting Eddie Irizarry Jr. on August 14th.
Oh man.
And he was charged with voluntary manslaughter, aggravated assault, simple assault, reckless endangerment of another person, and official oppression.
Wow.
Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner said during a press conference there where he showed unedited body camera footage from the incident. They won't show it on TV because it must be pretty bad.
Yeah, of course.
The district attorney said that these videos speak for themselves. Police had said that Irizarry was outside of the car and was killed after lunging at police with a knife.
That's what they initially said.
Yeah, this was their initial story. But 2 days later, the department had to acknowledge that he was shot while inside the car. Wow. Irizarry's family released security camera footage that showed him fatally shot by police in his car just seconds after Dow exited his cruiser. Wow. So he just got out the car and just
pop, pop, pop.
Walked up to the window.
Yeah, and just started shooting. So what you got?
This week I want to talk about the New Mexico governor, Michelle Grisham. Yesterday, she issued an emergency order suspending the right to carry firearms in public across Albuquerque and the surrounding county for at least 30 days in the midst of gun violence. She also said that she's expecting legal challenges, but felt that she was compelled to act in response to gun deaths, including the fatal shooting of an 11-year-old boy outside a minor league baseball stadium this week. The suspension, the firearm suspension, was tied to a threshold for violent crime rates that only Albuquerque area currently meets. And she did exclude the police and licensed security guards.
Mm-hmm.
She exempted them from this ban, from this temporary ban. So they are the police and licensed firearm security are able to.
So where is she banning guns from? The whole state?
Albuquerque and the surrounding county.
Nice. Huh. So the people,
in the county of wherever you at in Albuquerque or that surrounding county, you cannot carry a firearm in the county.
They don't want
in public.
Okay.
No, you can't.
But they got. I guess they had an open carry law there also. But Albuquerque, believe it or not, is a bad place. Dude, you will get shot out there, bro.
I have never been.
It's a place. Killer Kirky is what they call it.
Oh, Killer Kirky.
For real. That's like a nickname for the city because they don't play out there. Wow. Yeah, so I understand them trying to protect the city because these people in rural areas don't understand that the laws that they want to implement, carrying guns everywhere. Right. It's hard to do that in the city, just like Phoenix. Right. They've implemented this open carry stuff, and we're the number one in the nation for road rage shootings.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because we have these lax gun laws that everybody think it's okay and fine. I still don't know why. Because you have a gun, things are escalated so fast.
And that's the quickest, easiest thing you just pull out.
And it's things are just escalating. And you think you're so tough when you got your gun. Right. And people, dude, I know how it is. When you got a gun, you think you're Superman.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And you don't back down from anyone. Right. Situations where you would just usually just say, I'm going to back down. Like, no, now you're a tough guy. You got your gun. Right. When in any other situation, you just be, oh, my bad, man.
Yeah.
But now you got your, what's up? Now it's middle finger up.
I mean, like, all the worst come to worst. Y'all get out and scrap.
Right.
Like just back in the days.
Right. When people used to actually fist fight.
Yeah,
nah, they too scared to take a punch.
And that was like, and then as soon as you pull that trigger, that's it.
That's it, man.
That's a wrap.
Now your life is gone. Their life,
your
gone,
life, their life, everybody life,
family lives,
right?
Kids, wives.
They don't get it. They don't care.
This gun thing, I don't know. It's just crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, man.
Almost everywhere else, folks are not allowed to have guns. You need to be like police, military. Like guns are not allowed.
Yep. But I mean, you
we're
know,
crazy.
not only do we have a problem with guns in America, we have a problem with the rich paying their taxes in America. So the IRS is planning to crack down on 1,600 millionaires to collect millions
Mhm.
in back taxes.
Wow.
IRS Commissioner Daniel Warfeld
Mm-hmm.
stated that 1,600 millionaires who owe at least $250,000 each in back taxes
Right.
and 75 large business partnerships have assets of roughly $10 billion on average are targeted for the new compliance efforts.
You know,
Wow.
I want to say, man, that the reason that this country has all the issues with debt, with aid, with the streets, the roads, nobody wants to pay taxes.
Yep.
It was a situation in 50s and the 60s where the people who were millionaires and billionaires, they paid over 90% of the taxes. Now these, I'm gonna cuss, they're paying 30%. The richest people,
or maybe less,
they're paying. They figured out a way
right.
where
To
they
go
don't
from
pay
90%.
anything.
Right. Sometimes 0.
So now who's paying all the tax? Us.
Yeah.
Yep.
The broke people.
But
We don't have any. I don't have any money.
Warfel said that thanks to a massive hiring effort and AI research tools that have been developed by the IRS, employees and contractors are playing a big role in identifying wealthy tax dodgers. So
Really?
all this
AI
stuff
is coming
y'all was
close
talking
to
about,
figure it out.
we don't want AI doing this, we don't want it to, it's
man.
coming after y'all for y'all can pay y'all's taxes.
AI is going to do a lot of things.
It's identifying people who haven't paid taxes in
Right.
years, and you owe millions, thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's able to find information that you may miss because it's running numbers
Yep.
and running situations. So AI is going to
It's
be
a
the way
computer.
to find things like that. But hey, it's like I said, man, I wish they paid more taxes. We've been lowering the taxes for the rich for the last at least 2 decades. The last person that raised the taxes was Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton and George H.W. And he lost because he raised
He raised the tax.
He raised the taxes. He said no new taxes. Then he got in there and was like, shit, man, I need to raise the taxes.
And said, here y'all go, I'm raising these taxes without telling y'all. And then everybody was mad.
You got to do what you got to do, man. He was a one-term president because of that.
Yep.
No Republican since then has raised taxes. Because he was trying to do what was best for the country.
Yep.
But they wasn't hearing that. So, you know, that George W. get in there, he lowered
them.
Oh, Lord.
Lowered the taxes for the rich. I think Obama even lowered the tax, or he didn't raise them.
He didn't raise them.
He didn't raise them back.
He let it stay where it was at. He let the thing just expire and
so
keep
Trump
on going
comes
where
in,
it was at.
He lowers them again.
He lowers
for
them
the
even
rich.
more.
Yep. So that's all they do. And the Democrats, it's hard for them to raise the taxes because it's like, hey, I'm going to raise it. Nobody wants.
Nobody want to pay higher taxes.
Right. And
if the wealthiest
somebody got to
people
do it, man.
We're paying majority of the taxes in America.
Yeah, we could have more money to
that would offset all of us that's middle class to
and
poor.
paying all this money. And the
cost
deficit.
of living would go down. The deficit would go down.
Definitely.
The infrastructure would be able to be built.
Right.
Everything we would have enough money to take care of everything that we need to take care of, including healthcare,
schools, right?
Not to mention the 36,000 schools that need updated HVAC systems or don't have HVAC systems at all.
Ridiculous.
Exactly. So imagine the wealthiest people paying those taxes and helping.
They would rather go buy a new jet.
You're right.
Right.
You know, that's
they
how they
would
feel.
rather donate their
jet.
money to a charity.
Oh yeah. Well,
but to me, that helps them to get tax breaks.
Tax breaks, so they don't have to pay taxes.
That's why they do it. You know, this make me think of something that came up this week. Oprah came out and said that, you know, I think they gave up $10 million and she also came out and asked other people to help out.
Right.
And everybody online was mad. Talking about she's a billionaire. Why she
Right.
asking us for money?
Oh man.
So I want them to pay their equal taxes.
All right.
But if she gives up $10 million of her own money,
That's a lot of money.
and then ask somebody else, hey, can
chip
you
in,
pitch
man.
in?
Right.
And you're like, oh, hell no. What?
Like,
I just gave you 10 million.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right.
If I give you 10 million, why can't all the rest of the millionaires and billionaires
Chip in and
just
help.
chip in.
you
We're
can
not-
give 500,000,
Yeah,
you
right.
can give $1
$10,
million.
$3. Give what you can.
Anywhere.
Right.
Man, people were online roasting her all week. Look at how rich people begging for money. I'm like, dude, this is so weird. I'm so
And it's
lost
not
right
that
now.
she begging for money. She's just saying chip in to
Donate.
help
Donate.
pay the writers and the actors.
So, no, it was about the Hawaii stuff.
And
Yeah, it was Hawaii. It was Hawaii because she was trying to get, and a lot of people think that she painted her roof blue for her house wouldn't get burnt up. People believe that. That's the new conspiracy out there.
You know how it is. There's always
I'm like, so
folks out
this
there
was a
with
natural
this.
disaster. And I guess she was painting her house blue for
Blue.
God
Right.
tonight. I don't understand. It was
so she went out
caused-
there the day before the storm came in and let me
and
paint
paint the house.
my
Man, it was
roof
so,
blue.
So and people believe it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
she's Oprah has something to do with it. She painted her house for her house won't get burnt up.
They're all kinds of people.
I'm like,
All kinds
dog.
of mind.
It's little for her to give 10 million. I'm like,
such a
dog.
little. All I saw was Demi in that little 20 seconds right there.
What?
Face you made in that laugh you just made.
Oh goodness. Anyway. So let's run sports, bro. Talking about I look like Demi.
You do.
Demi looks like me.
Y'all twins.
Habari Sports.
Sports this week, man. I'm mad. I am mad.
Why you mad?
Man, watching these whack ass NBA players go over here and lose to Germany.
Oh man. But
We ain't
again,
lost to Germany. We man.
But I mean,
I lost to Dennis Schroeder.
I mean, but it's not like that top. I mean,
lost to Dennis Schroeder.
it is all like
Role player.
What?
It's like role players, like B.
I don't care, bro.
But that's the problem because
It is. It's their whole.
I don't
It is
care.
a whole. It is a whole lot of. Young
I
guys.
don't care.
It is.
This
a whole lot
is
of young guys.
America. We don't lose to Germany in no goddamn basketball.
You have.
We had to go
win
get
it
Kobe.
on the
Y'all better go.
on the
Y'all better go.
NBA like management or whatever, because like they'll just feel like, hey, we could send anyone.
I think they talk about LeBron.
That's what I'm saying.
NBA.
Like,
talk
no,
about-
that's
they're
the
talking about,
problem.
They're talking about LeBron joining.
Man, we don't
Team
send
USA.
his old ass.
No,
He couldn't win without Kobe last time. Get out of here.
Right.
And dude online gonna tell me I was wrong.
Yeah, we had Chris
I watched
Paul.
the
We
thing.
had.
Oh,
that-
Chris Paul. Come
They had Chris Paul. We had.
What did LeBron do?
D Wade. We had.
What did LeBron?
Yeah, I mean,
D
they had a
Wade.
We had
great
Carmelo.
squad.
What they
we
do?
had.
The
No,
first
no.
time they went out there,
What we had Dwight Howard.
Yeah,
I think.
What did
no,
they
Chris
do?
Paul, we had Chris
Kevin
Paul.
Durant.
Got smouthed up.
they lost.
No, what?
Smouthed. But
No,
they,
the first time they went, they lost.
Yeah, because it was
And they had to go get Kobe to
What?
come back
right,
because they was losing.
right. But I'm like, that is what the States have always done. They all think they have the deepest squad, like in basketball. They forget, like a bunch of these teams, like in Europe,
Man,
are like pretty
The
good.
Germany team,
know,
they
if
only
they-
had 4 players from the NBA.
Yeah, but the NBA, it's NBA. They're all.
I'm
the
like, man,
good
we just got beat
players
by
that
Dennis
play.
Schroeder.
Yeah, Schroeder.
Y'all got to beat by Dennis Schroeder. That's crazy.
and so like
He's a role player.
right, and so like the
Average 5 points.
That's crazy.
Man,
And the third place game is gonna be US versus
I
Canada.
don't
right?
even care.
It's all packed with like
Canada
NBA
got some
players.
hoopers though. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
and because
I'm with you. I'm with
like,
you,
bunch of
David.
Canadians
I'm
are-
disappointed too, bro.
Yeah, no, it is. Hey, but again,
We might as well send the college players. At least the college players,
They'll
they
play with
maybe
heart.
they have some heart
they'll play.
and they'll care a little bit more.
right.
Maybe they'll practice together throughout the year.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
They
the
just throw
NBA
this-
players out partying and
Right.
smoking weed.
Like they just throw that man like, okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
And they don't practice long.
Yeah, it doesn't
This
work.
Germany team has been probably playing
course.
together for 4,
Oh,
5, 6 years.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Meeting and playing and
Yes.
on the summers coming together.
Sports is chemistry, man.
Yeah.
Like, those games, need to
The
have
NBA,
sync.
man,
Yeah.
send the college players, dog. I really do.
And a lot of the best players in our league are European.
No, it's still like I think 70% of the league is American.
I'm just saying
you-
I'm saying the
I'm
best.
saying
some of
what
the
you
best
said with
players.
two
Top.
players, Giannis and Jokic, and what three?
Well, and then they gave him Dallas.
Doncic.
Giannis, Jokic,
And they gave him
Joel
Cameroon.
three.
Embiid. Joel Embiid is
Joel
overseas.
Yeah, Joe Embiid.
That's
Like you
true,
said,
yeah.
But still, though,
Doncic.
man, John, yeah, but I
But
still say overall,
US
70%
is
of the
a lot of
exactly.
players, a lot.
You got 4 European
Right.
players that's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on, man.
The thing is just the choice of the team that it takes.
We're just not
they're not
taking
taking
it. It's not hard. It's no
Yeah.
heart. They're not
We're not
tough.
taking it serious.
Nah, they're not. That's what I'm saying. There's
They're not
no
taking it
heart.
serious.
They don't care about losing.
Right.
These new cats are weird, man. We need these old cats. You know what I'm saying? And Kobe, like, hey, man,
Yeah.
I played with Gasol. That's my teammate. What's going on?
Right.
My bad. I had to look up the NBA players that's European.
Wow.
Well,
They started playing the video. My bad.
yeah. Well, I mean, Kobe signed because what? Because they lost back-to-back years.
Right,
They were
yeah.
like, you know what? Stop this. We are getting the best of the best, and so that's what it needs to.
And
because,
Kobe had to show him.
and because the rest of the world is getting better.
Yes.
And that's what America has to stop thinking
The
like.
only
oh,
thing
can
that
send,
we
like,
have
B
over
players to go
them
beat them. It's not gonna work.
is
Skill.
you have the skill and the athleticism, but you also have to bring the heart with it.
The
We were
chemistry.
tough.
Chemistry and heart.
We were tough, man.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan and they were tough.
I mean, Jordan scored like
I'm like,
92.
They were tough.
They ripped everybody.
They wasn't playing it,
apart.
man. They wasn't
Like,
playing.
They were like,
They out there smiling, having a good time,
yeah,
playing.
Out
You know
there
what I mean?
dancing.
Yeah, they playing, man.
Like,
We
yeah.
just
all
lost on the
young
world
cats.
stage. That's important. They don't realize how much the history and how important this stuff is.
Yeah.
They
But
were like
man,
Yeah, you're right. There's not like a lot of good
21-year-olds,
ones.
19-year-olds.
There's Giannis.
There was
you
like
said,
five
Jokic,
down,
Doncic.
to be honest.
and that's it.
Rudy Gobert. He's good defensively. That's it. He's great. He's good defensively.
That dude can't hit a layup, man.
Right.
Get up out of here.
Yeah.
That's why I said defensively.
Right.
Yeah.
He can't make a post.
Sabonis is decent.
Sabonis is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he good.
And Porzingis.
Yeah,
Porzingis
right.
is he's pretty
Porzingis.
good.
Porzingis, okay. See what I'm saying? How it started going down fast?
Yeah, it's true. So
Yeah, man. It's not. They don't have a whole lot, but we
no, for sure. If
I feel like not
you
a
were
lot of
sent
like the
A
good.
squad, they definitely.
Oh nah, we
they definitely.
definitely.
It's just they
we
don't-
would have brought the ace, but we didn't.
Right.
No, it's like the C squad that we're
To
sending.
be honest, like the only
Who is in the A squad? I think it's like Jason Tatum.
no, there's a lot of good,
yeah,
good players, man. Like just look at the teams that just won. You know, just even pick out all those, Moran. The
Yeah,
lighting, the
right.
lighting guy in Denver. There's so many good players, like so. Many.
Yeah,
But they just
like, I think he's from Canada.
ooh,
Oh boy, yeah.
Who?
Canada had a good team too this year.
Who?
Who was that?
And
Murray.
Murray.
Yeah.
Murray.
He's from Canada, ain't he?
Murray's Canadian.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, I
And
didn't know that.
yeah, and then they had Wiggins.
Oh,
They
Wiggins,
had
yeah.
what's the old dude who used to play for Memphis at the small.
Dylan.
Yep, they had Dylan.
Wow.
They had a little
Canada-
squad,
Ca-
man.
Canada has a
Yeah.
have
They had a
de-
decent little
decent
team,
squad.
man. I was like, okay.
All I'm saying
Canada.
is like I feel like I don't know. USA just was like you know what I mean?
But that's their A squad though.
That's their
You know what
A
I'm saying?
squad.
Everybody else is bringing their A squad,
Right.
Yeah,
and
they
we're
send
sending
this-
our C.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
You know
about
what I
to
mean?
say.
That's-
If
but-
that's our A squad, you
No,
Pablo Panchero.
man,
you
there's
You
come
know
on,
that's
man.
a C squad.
We sent
There's
the
so
C
many
squad.
players.
That's
Why
what
we
I'm about
gonna
to say.
send-
Jared
You know
Jackson.
them coaches,
Yeah.
they are
Brandon
not
Ingram.
gonna send an A squad
Right.
in
For
the
the
summer.
FIBA games.
They
For the
don't
FIBA
They don't want
games.
them to
Right.
get hurt.
They don't want
for the
they don't want
Olympics-
their A squad to get hurt.
For the Olympics is different, but for the FIBA games, they don't put as much into
Right.
it. As
Who
that.
is on the
Right.
Who's on the Olympic A squad?
I don't know who's gonna go yet.
Or even
They
the
haven't
Dream
said it
Team
yet.
squad.
That's the Olympics. That's what they
Olympics-
usually do.
Olympics are usually send like
Yeah, they
some
usually
squad.
send the better players. They don't like
Right.
losing
No,
in the
FIBA,
Olympics.
this is
Right.
like,
But
now-
FIBA, for some reason, now I don't think they care as much
yeah,
for
I
some
was
reason.
looking, I was like, man,
And then I mean,
I don't see good players.
I don't know. I would rather see
the
college
Lions
players.
beat
I
the
just-
Chiefs Thursday night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of like, I'm a Chief fan. This is my homes guy, but I
Yeah.
love this for like the league,
Yeah.
where it's like it's not like guaranteed.
Yeah.
Chiefs come, man,
Right.
42.
Yep.
No.
And the Lions
this-
have sucked for like
this is
40 years.
great.
They have.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. Like
That's a
these
Super
guys.
Bowl for the Lions.
The first game, opening game of the season,
And they gotta
and
win.
the Chiefs, and actually, like the Lions played well.
They
They
did.
say
Somebody
Colorado's
said Pat-
winning.
Somebody said Patrick Mahomes is the Steph Curry of the NBA.
Yeah,
He
I mean
is.
NFL.
Yeah, man.
so-
Yeah.
And if you don't have Patrick Mahomes on your fantasy football squad,
on your
then you
Like,
might.
all the crazy passes he be hitting.
Nebraska and the Colorado playing Colorado beating them right now.
Oh.
So big story this year. You know what
You know what I'm saying?
Prime Time is doing over there. So it's big, man.
prime time,
Yeah, he's the coach. You know what I mean? So
oh man,
we'll see what they do, man. It's gonna be some every
It's
week.
gonna-
Everybody
yes.
gonna be.
It's
tuning
gonna
in.
it's gonna be
Everyone's
some
watching.
tough fantasy games out there for people this year, especially if they're going up against the Lions
The Lions.
Yeah.
and the Chiefs.
The Lions. Hey, man,
They're gonna be good.
I got them to make the playoffs. Lions are
Oh.
they're gonna make it. Yeah, they're gonna make it this year.
I don't think Cardinals gonna make it. I don't think Cardinals gonna make the playoffs.
Oh no,
this year.
Cardinals, man, Cardinals. Yeah, I'm not about
They gonna tank this
These
year.
guys are a letdown.
We suck. We do got the Commanders coming this week. Every time I see that, like I just want to say Cobra.
I mean, you just have to.
Commanders is the Washington. Is it the
'Cause
former Redskins?
Yeah. But
But you think about G.I. Joe every single time you see
I
the name
do.
of the Commanders.
Commanders.
right,
I don't know.
Cobra Commander. But
That's gonna take some time.
they-
to get used to.
they got we got them coming up. They do have a trash quarterback too. Zavens Collins. That's probably gonna be there. No. That's that they do have a young quarterback though. So we have a chance. We will be starting Jonathan Gannon. I think that's gonna be our starting quarterback.
What? Cardinals?
Yeah, man.
Where's our guy?
We got rid of that one dude.
Where's
Murray.
Murray's gone? What
He's
is
hurt.
Yeah.
And we got
No,
rid
wait.
of
Murray-
Colt McCoy.
Wait, Murray left?
No, he's
No,
hurt.
he hurt.
He's
Okay,
hurt.
it's gonna be like
Yeah, he's
what?
out. I think he's gonna be out pretty much. He was out part of last season, and then he might be out this whole season.
What?
I think Kevin Durant's getting traded again next season.
Traded?
Not traded. He's leaving again.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. It's just a sense.
What are you talking about?
KD.
Oh yeah, y'all gonna lose KD.
Mm.
Don't ever get-
Joshua Dobbs. I think. Yeah. I think that's it. Joshua Dobbs or Clayton Tune may be our quarterbacks.
Wow, never heard of him.
Yeah, man.
Oh boy.
Dobbs,
gonna
despite being in the league since 2017, has only started 2 games and only thrown 85 passes. Yeah, man, we're in trouble, bro.
Ohio State?
Yeah.
The Cardinals-
gonna be-
Ohio State. What's his name? Harrison. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Mhm.
Oh.
He got 122 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first quarter.
a wide
Is he
receiver.
still in college?
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
wide
he's gonna
receiver
be.
to
Yeah,
like his
yeah.
dad.
He's like his pops.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
he's
his
gonna be.
pops was sick.
He has 4
He's-
catches, 122 yards, 2
Goodness.
touchdowns in the first quarter.
Wow.
Is he a sophomore or junior this year? Because he's coming out probably next year, huh?
Oh man.
He's gonna
So,
be big time, man.
I love
Tom
his
Brady
dad.
going into the Hall of Fame.
Oh
Yeah,
this
most
week.
definitely. No, he's not. He got to wait 5 years.
His induction.
That's not true. He got to wait 5 years. 6
Did
years.
you hear about Joe Burrow?
The New England Patriots will honor legendary quarterback
Right,
Tom
the
Brady on
Patriots,
Sunday.
and he's going to go into their Ring of Fame.
Right.
Right. That's different than the Hall of Fame.
That's why I was saying the Patriots Hall of Fame. He's going into the
Okay.
Patriots Hall of Fame.
All right. I was thinking the NFL.
Oh,
No,
So,
no,
like,
you
in
misheard.
the NFL, like you have to wait for
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah,
before-
after
After
retirement.
you retire.
After retire.
Yeah. What I got? What the Commanders will be starting Sam Howell at quarterback. He's only thrown 19 passes himself. This is about to be a horrible
This
game.
is gonna be
dog.
a trash.
This is finna be. Oh my! It's gonna be watching the
Joe-
Brad News Bears or something. It's
Right.
gonna be
Joe,
so
Joe
terrible.
Burrows. Joe Burrows is the highest paid. I think it says he's made the most money.
Oh, Joe?
Yeah, extension.
No, but Joe, man, that guy's good. It could.
Highest paid. No, he's the highest
Joe.
paid player in NFL history.
Who?
What?
Joe Burrow?
Wait,
Since
in
when? I thought it was
NFL
somebody
history?
else.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
unless they just gave him a
He
new
has
contract.
just agreed to a
Oh,
5-year,
okay.
$275 million extensions.
Wow.
That includes 219 million guaranteed.
Yeah, man. They said they like
Cool.
they like your clothes. David Burns said
He's
they
a good
love what you're
quarterback.
doing,
He's really
man.
good.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
people
man.
saying.
Thank
So
you,
they like what
guys.
they liking it.
Thank
Um,
you.
Let's do the last one. Let's do comic books real fast, so we can get up out of here and get this game going.
We got the hot mess.
Oh yeah, I always forget, huh?
You said what'd you say? The comic books?
Yeah.
Comic Book Corner. Sponsored by.
We're gonna be sponsored by let's say Get App Live again. Get App Live is where you can watch live concerts streamed. They will also record live concerts. Just get at us at info@habarientertainment.com and we'll get them out there to stream your concert. Let's talk about some Ahsoka today. Pretty dope ending last week, man. She was she saw her old master. I don't want to do too much spoiling. But the series, man, I like the twist where it's going. It kind of looked like she was about to meet a maker, but something took her somewhere, and she's now talking to her old master, which is pretty dope. I don't want to spoil it too much for people, but I think it's pretty nice where it's going. You know what I mean? I like what they're doing with the show, and the Ahsoka character, how they're building her up, and how they're building in the past shows and bringing in all the history and stuff. I just think it's a decent watch. It's not much to watch right now, and this is worth watching if you do like Star Wars stuff and you want to get into those a little bit more into what's going on. If you haven't watched the Rebels cartoon, though, it's kind of hard because you don't really know what's going on.
What's going on? You kind of lost.
Yeah. Oh. So I still recommend it, man. I think it is getting better. The plot twist and the battle in episode 4 was pretty good, and Rosario Dawson is doing a pretty good job playing old girl Ahsoka. So I give it 2 thumbs up. Check it out, and next week I'll be tuning in again. Let's go into the hot mess.
Get ready for the week's Hollywood Hot Mess with Iesha Rowan. Sponsored by.
Ooh, the 67th 101. There was a car on fire.
Ugh.
Oh,
You said the what?
67th and 101.
Oh my goodness.
oh boy.
67 now.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it. Oh man.
Oh man, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Not good.
They're gonna shut that down for a little while.
And it's in the middle of it.
That's in the middle lane.
Right.
Oh, the inside the side lane.
What?
Oh, goodness.
What
Wow.
happened?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Oof.
Yeah, that's
Weekly
crazy.
update.
It's like a movie.
Your weekly traffic updates with Jimmy.
Run it.
Right.
Oh.
But this week's hot mess is actor Danny Masterson. He's been sentenced 30 years to life on a rape conviction.
Oh man, that's
For those that don't know who Danny Masterson is, he was one of the main characters on That 70s Show.
man, that's tough, man. He's one of the first,
One of the first few
in Hollywood.
Hollywood that you actually that have been convicted and
man.
sentenced.
Wow.
Him, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby.
Yep.
Damn.
Short list, man, but
Very
yeah.
short list.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on, but if he did this, he deserves to get to pay the price.
Right.
Yeah, they're not slapping him on the wrist, man. They gave this man 30 years, and he has to spend 30 before he can even see
Be
parole.
eligible for parole.
So bro is
He's already 47.
Oh,
yeah, man, 77, 80 years old before he can even.
Crazy.
Oh, that's
Was
tough
it
for
like
bro,
one
man.
case or was it
There's
multiple-
2 cases,
Two
a couple
cases.
cases.
2 cases.
So
Was minors or
I'm not sure.
Sound majors.
They
all majors?
I don't know, man. It's just tough for everybody around, man. I
It
hate to
is.
see it.
It is. But Tristan Thompson filed for guardianship of his younger brother
Oh.
after his mom's sudden death back in January.
Uh,
As we know, his mom did pass in January. So
That's good
ever
guy.
since, he has been taking care of his 17-year-old brother who cannot take care of himself. He has
Oh,
a number of
goodness.
medical conditions that
Goodness.
makes it difficult for him to care for himself. So Tristan has been doing that and
That's
has
what's up, Tristan.
officially filed to become his guardian,
That's what's up.
but he will be needing help.
Yeah,
with,
he's gonna have to have
doctor's
special needs
appointments,
Right.
person.
special needs education.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of those things will be playing into Tristan
It's
Thompson's
something else
daily
that-
life, other than his basketball
It's
life.
something
I
else that
mean,
America does
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah,
We do a horrible job. Kudos to him though.
Yeah.
yeah. Kudos to him.
He's always in the stories for bad things.
Yep.
This is just something good for him.
And it's good that he has the pockets, like,
Right,
to
right.
help like his brother. So
Definitely.
he could never pay for help, and so
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep, exactly. And then we got CEO Jizzle.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Jizzle.
yeah,
It's
that's
CEO Jizzle.
CEO Jizzle.
Okay.
I made that
Uh,
mistake.
Yeah, you don't want to make that mistake when you look.
Don't
look his name
don't
up.
make that mistake, please.
But he is the Memphis-based rapper in Young Dolph's Paper Route Empire camp. He was shot during Lil Baby's concert on Thursday night,
Oh goodness.
but they say that he appears to be okay, and the cops are still trying to find the suspect. The Memphis police sources did tell TMZ that hip hop that they're actively investigating how someone was able to get a firearm past security at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. They're told that no other injuries reported, indicating that Jizzle might have been the target.
Man, hey man, look,
It's guns, man.
you can't have rap. You can't be a rapper nowadays, man.
So I mean, with that I mean, now you fully understand the reason why New Mexico governor has placed this ban in Albuquerque and surrounding county. Look at the amount of the amount of gun violence stories that we have
Right.
that are in 1 week.
Right. All right, man. Let's go ahead and bring the game up. You can run the commercial. We're gonna play the game and get up out of here.
Just because they try to
Welcome. A couple things.
Has
and bag everybody.
to this week's trivia for the loop. You want to run that one too?
Ching.
All right. Question number 1. What does a camel store in its hump?
Go ahead. You got it. You're supposed to answer it before I do. But
Packs of Camel cigarettes.
Oh.
I'm gonna say water.
If I
I'm
had,
gonna go with water.
yeah. Yeah, I'll probably go the same water. I mean,
It is not water.
What the hell?
Fat? Isn't it cartilage or something like that?
It is fat.
Wow.
fat.
It's fat.
So it's probably. Ew.
So
Okay.
yeah, there we go. Question number 2. Does eggplant grow on a bush or a tree?
A bush.
Neither. It comes out the ground. Trick question.
Wow.
Bush.
Why is it trick question?
That is a trick
Like
question.
either or.
I'm gonna say a tree.
Eggplants or
That's a huge tree, though, man. I'm gonna say
veggies, and I doubt it's a tree. So that's
that's a big.
also.
That's so huge, right?
Again, what is the definition of a bush? Like bush could be.
It's got to be a bush.
It is not a bush.
What the hell?
It is a tree.
What? It's a tree.
We
It's
didn't
a tree.
believe you.
Really?
As you can see, they was just like, yeah, no,
There's no
it just
way.
can't be
There's
that.
no way. It's a tree with.
Wow.
Oh my god, that's an interesting tree, man.
Right.
Tree with a whole bunch of eggplants hanging
Right.
off of it.
Look at this
Vibrator tree.
boy.
Right. Is jalapeno pepper a fruit or a vegetable?
Oh man, I'm gonna go
It
fruit.
looks like a vegetable.
It's
but
a
I
fruit.
think
He's
that's
right.
fruit.
It
It
is
has
a fruit.
seeds.
I knew it's a fruit. Yeah.
It is a fruit.
It has seeds, man.
Let's go. At least. Yeah.
If it has seeds, it's a fruit.
Yeah. It's weird.
That's why tomatoes one of those
Well,
ones.
bell peppers have seeds on it.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
It's a vegetable.
No, I think it would probably be a fruit.
Mm-hmm. All right. When was the chia pet invented?
Chia.
Oh Lord. Oh dear.
Get your Donald Trump chia now.
Is it like from the chia seeds back in the days?
Oh, it's so dumb. Did you see the Obama chia? They had
Mm-mm.
it. They make the chia for every president. They got the Biden one.
Well, I mean, the one for Trump just match him perfectly because the base of them be orange.
They're so ugly.
yeah.
And they're made from chia seeds. Is what you're growing, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's chia
chia
seeds are what you're growing.
Right. Oh shit. Cheers.
I'm
When is
gonna
the shit?
say 1970. 1970.
I'll say 94.
No, and no.
It's the 60s.
It is 1981.
80.
Ooh, I was close.
81.
Oh, 81. Interesting.
Dang.
You don't want to try to cheat.
All right. How many times has The Wizard of Oz been remade?
Remade.
4 times.
Um,
Does the whiz count?
Yeah, the Wiz.
I was 3 times.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
two.
Two.
Yeah,
or
two.
three. It's one of those.
4 times.
The Wizard of Oz has been remade 18 times.
What?
18
I ain't never seen those
times.
movies.
No, I've never seen.
Who's seen that? I ain't seen
I
that.
know who has seen all those.
Ain't no
Oh,
such
you ain't
thing.
getting no
All right. How are jumpsuits better known in 2014?
Onesies.
They are known as onesies.
Oh, you got it.
He got it. First
Yes,
guess.
man. I'm not calling no jumpsuit, no onesie. Let's get up out of here, man.
Oh yeah.
They losing their mind. Goddamn onesie. Right. It's a baby. You know what I'm saying? If it's not covering your feet, it's not a onesie, dog.
But it's a one-piece outfit.
Y'all, one piece is different than
Onesie.
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 Man, and the new generation crazy.
Right.
Man. Man, that's crazy.
Oh,
Which fashion company makes the fragrances Escape and Euphoria?
Victoria's Secret.
Mm-mm.
fashion companies for escape for.
I really don't know.
Oh man. Which fashion company?
Chanel?
No.
What is that? No, I should know. For instance, what is the company that's owned by like the French guy, LMVH or whatever? There's a
can't
French guy
think
that's
of
the
it.
second richest man in the world. He owns a bunch of fashion companies on the one. That's what I was thinking about.
I don't know. What's the one with the L?
Mm-mm.
Louis Vuitton.
No.
No.
I lost. What is it? L'Oreal.
Calvin Klein.
What? I would have never guessed that.
Calvin
shit.
Klein.
Calvin Klein.
I forget all about old Calvin
I don't
Klein.
forget about Calvin.
These loose and brightly colored outfits are often worn in West Africa.
Mm.
Oh,
Mm.
it's-
These loose and brightly colored
Of
outfits.
course, I should know that. It's like I mean, it feels like, but I'm trying to find like the name. Hold on. I have a few. I have a few of them actually.
I do not know at all. So I'm
man,
sitting here
come
like,
on, Don. Oh,
she even spelled colored like she's from Europe or some shit.
She copy and paste them.
I know.
Right. I mean, you got to know it's the copy and paste.
dashiki.
It is the dashiki.
Come on,
What?
I should know this, man. I was like, if I don't know this, then
What is that
I should have known that too, man.
Right.
I mean, we just talked about it earlier.
Right, we was
I
just talking about the
We
dashiki.
just talked about it.
I'm coming
What
with
is that one
African
movie?
fashion.
I think it's
His
fashion.
girlfriend was
Fashion.
dashiki.
Right.
He was like, oh God. He was like, look what the heavens done sent me. He was like, he said, my beautiful melanin
That's
queen.
the same movie. I
What
know
movie-
you're
what
talking
movie is
about. That's,
that?
Don't be
a menace. to
menace.
society.
Start drinking your hood.
Oh, he said,
whatever.
excuse me, can you grab that white lady behind you?
Okay.
No.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking. Yep, you're right.
Often referred to as the African blanket made of blue and red and other colorful threads.
Mm.
What is this outfit called?
Is it the what
Oh,
they had Nancy
Well-
Pelosi wearing one and all that stuff? If that's what
Right,
they're talking about.
No, man, that's a pine, man. I'm trying to think like in English. So in French we call it pine. But what is that fabric? Come on. Pine. The pine is what fabric again? It's a type of fabric.
And it's called the African what blanket?
It's referred to as the
it's
African
like,
blanket.
It's the wraps that the wraps that the
Oh.
women wear,
Yeah.
but it's made of like a starchy fabric.
I forget the name of
But
it too.
I see in French, someone like we call it pine,
Visco.
but
Visco.
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 But
Visco fait ça.
oh, visco fait ça?
No.
What?
I remember the name of it. I can't think of it, man. What's the name of it? Go ahead.
It is called a shuka.
Oh.
Shuka. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name of it correctly. I don't.
Wow, I've never heard that name. So this must be from some tribe.
Yeah.
But yeah, things like the traditional raps, but
How about
it
this right here?
sounds like it's some like Ethiopian.
Oh yeah, there.
Is pine? Ethiopia, see? I guess Ethiopian. I was like, this is must be traditional region color. That's not all Africa.
It's not all Africa.
Okay. These intricately woven threads historically showed the difference between the Ashanti and the Iwi tribes in Ghana.
So is it? Are they trying to? Are they asking like the name of the fabric?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in Ghana, the thing is huge like kente. That is a fabric that's common there, kente. But between the tribes, I don't know. I'm not. So I am not Kenyan.
But it is the kente.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
kente.
Kente.
Yeah, because kente is like a Ghana.
You got it, man. How many did you? I don't think you got enough right though. But that was pretty fun. We learned a lot, man. That's what it's all
We should do
about.
like 5 because these questions.
I was like, oh Lord.
She
I'll be
always
feeling
does the
bad.
hardest
I ain't gonna. I'll be
questions.
feeling bad for
I'm
them.
just sweating. Like, most like fashion stuff. Like what? I don't know yet. I'm sure all my friends are like this guy.
Look,
So-
now all your homies gonna come back and be like,
Be
man, you
like,
should have known that.
right.
You should have knew that fabric.
This African rich.
So Eddie, tell us a little bit about how to contact you, how you want people to get the clothes, and just let people know how to get in contact with you.
Right. So if you're trying to shop, the best way is to go on the website, so africanrich.com.
There you go.
You could also find us on Instagram. It's african.rich.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find us on also on YouTube as well. African Rich. You can find us like on like Pinterest, African Rich One. You can find us on Twitter, African.rich, and TikTok, of course,
For sure.
Rich. So we are on all the platforms. You can find us on there. If you're trying to reach out to me, my email is edmundgalabe@africanrich.com.
Sure.
And then if you just want to send some like a message like to like the website, it's info@africanrich.com.
Info@africanrich.com.
Right. So.
All right, man. We really appreciate you, Eddie, coming through, man, and talking about africanrich.com and teaching us about what you're doing and your fashion and where it's going. We really, really appreciate you stopping by, bro.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me. This was awesome. It was great, huh? Did you call? Yeah, I am talking. And also, I really want to thank Priscilla.
Definitely.
She's the one that kind of told me about this. And was like, hey, there's like a platform where like you could come and you could speak about your brand. And so I really do thank her.
Yes,
so.
Priscilla.
Yes, definitely.
She's heaven sent for all of us here, and we appreciate everything that she does around here, making things happen. How was where was you at last weekend? Oh my goodness, you look like you was definitely surviving. I'm a survivor looking at you. Okay, I don't know.
I can't wait till we get an article for that and some pictures and stuff.
Hey man, that looked like I would have passed out hours ago.
Where was that?
I would have just.
What was that?
In Flagstaff? Oh yeah.
2 hours in, I'd have been done.
Woo, you was really braving some elements out there. Man, that's tough. But we thank you, everyone that tuned in. Thanks everybody that stopped by. Thanks, Iesha, Jimmy. We'll be with you guys next week.
Holla,
Peace.
holla.
First time.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live.